Hey pretties, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Thania and I film all kinds of pink, girly, beauty, fashion, and lifestyle videos on this channel. So if that's what you're into, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and push bell notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. For today's video, I bring to you guys finally my final review on my pink laptop. If you guys have been around my channel for the past couple of months, you know that I got this baby. I wanted this so bad. I wanted this laptop so bad because, come on, it's pink. Look how adorable this computer is. It's the perfect laptop for a content creator, a YouTuber. Looking at this laptop will make you fall in love, but of course there is more to it than what meets the eye. And today we are going to review the specs and how effective this computer is for video editing. So yes, unfortunately, if you're a gamer, this video is not going to be for you because I do not game, so I have not tried to game on this computer. But I do use this every single day to edit my YouTube content that you guys see here on my channel. So if you're a longtime subscriber, this is a baby that makes the magic happen. If you are new here, hello. You probably stumbled upon my video looking for tech reviews. I am not a tech reviewer, I'm just going to point that out. But I do know a thing or two about computers given my 7-year career on YouTube. So I do have quite a little bit of knowledge, at least enough to give you about a computer for video editing. So of course, first of all, I just want to put a little disclaimer out. Laptop computer is definitely more portable for the on-the-go person. However, due to its small size, there are going to be a few things that you have to give up. So if you want something that is extremely powerful for video editing, MSI also has really great desktop computers. A laptop is perfect for me because I only make YouTube content and my videos are only up to 20-30 minutes long at the most. And so this is very effective and it functions for what I need it for. First things first, I will show you what the laptop came with accessory wise, because this laptop does come with a little bit of extra accessories because this is a limited edition rose color that you guys are seeing here. So this specific model did come with a mouse that obviously plugs in with a USB into your laptop so that you can, you know, use a mouse instead of the trackpad if that's what you would prefer. It is operated by AAA batteries, 2 of them to be exact. It also came with this really cute carrying case. I can't get over this. I love having this because it makes it so much easier to take with me when I'm on the go. It also came with this adorable little keychain. It's their little MSI mascot and they made it in pink just for this computer. It's super cute, so I just hang it onto the little case. And this is extremely protective and good quality actually, and it has rose gold hardware, so what's not to love? Just for your information, I have been using the MSI Prestige 14 in the white color for, well, the past year. So I got this last year and this is literally the exact same thing as the pink one, except this one is just white. So they do have some different color options for you. I believe they have a white and also like a space gray kind of color. This specific laptop does have true pixel display. It is also 100% Adobe RGB and it's calibrated. So if you are a graphic designer, a video editor, or a YouTuber, you're going to absolutely love that because you will not get any color difference when you print or whenever you upload onto the internet or the web or YouTube or your website or whatever the project is that you are doing. You will have 100% calibrated color. The thing that kind of sets this laptop apart is not only its great price point for what it's equipped with, but also the fact that it just has the 10th generation 6-core i7 processor. The 6 cores kind of help distribute all your tasks between all 6. Most computers that I've seen have quad core, so that is pretty impressive for a small 14-inch computer. If you are looking to multitask or have multiple things running at once, you are looking at a really powerful computer to do that. With this 6-core processor, you actually get an improvement when it comes to rendering videos, exporting photos, importing. Everything just seems to move a lot quicker. And this is me comparing it to a MacBook that I had previous to an MSI laptop. Everything on this computer just loads up like this. Honestly, it's very impressive. I am very happy about it. RAM size on this computer is 16 gigabytes. I would not recommend less if you are video editing. The more, the better, to be completely honest, when it comes to your RAM. 16 gigabytes is probably the minimum I would recommend for you to have. There's plenty of reviews and videos that say that you can have 8 gigabytes of RAM, but me personally, I've had MacBooks with that amount of RAM, and my videos just... it was a headache exporting, importing, doing everything necessary with only 8 gigabytes of RAM. So I would highly suggest that if you're planning on doing any kind of heavy creative work, that you have 16 gigabytes of RAM or more on your computer, because everything will run a lot more smoothly that way. It has an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 graphics card with a Max-Q design. This also helps the rendering process, and when you're video editing, you can scrub through footage without it lagging. So that's like the easiest, simplest way for me to explain what the graphics card kind of does. I know most people don't really understand a graphics card. Initially, I didn't either, but I've done my research. When I was looking for a new computer, I think I probably looked up computer specs and what everything means for like very, very many sleepless nights. As far as the ports on the computer, we get 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports on this side right here to the left. On the side to the right, we get 2 USB ports as well as a headphone jack. What that means is that in order to actually import things with an SD card or anything like that, you are going to need something called a dongle or an adapter. The MSI computer actually came with an adapter. I completely forgot to mention that earlier when I was showing you guys everything that came with the computer. But I just have this pink one I've had forever, so I just continue to use it. There's nothing wrong with the one MSI gave me. I just honestly haven't given it a chance because I just have this one already open, so I have that one saved as a backup in case something happens to this one. Ports on this side are Thunderbolt USB-C ports, so you can use one of them to charge your computer and then the other one to connect your dongle, which is what I do. You can connect either or in each slot. It doesn't matter which one. It works the same. I also have a micro SD card reader. I almost forgot to mention over on the left side. So if you do buy memory cards with micro SD cards that can be inserted into them, then you can just directly plug in your cards into the computer rather than using the dongle. Next thing I want to talk about is probably one of my favorite features about this computer, because it makes it easy for people like me that are not very tech savvy, to say the least. Like, I know quite a bit about tech for the things that I gotta do, but as far as everything else, it's kind of a headache, or I have to kind of look up how to do it. And I really love that this computer comes with something called the Creator Center. This is something that only MSI laptops have, or MSI Prestige laptops have, and it is basically a dashboard where you can view all of your editing softwares and stuff like that. But the most helpful part of it all is that in the Creator Center, I'm pulling it up just so I can read to you guys what exactly it comes with. One of the tabs literally shows you the memory being used by your computer, the GPU, the CPU, and the disk usage. It has buttons to help free up your memory, your disk space. It also tells you how much of your SSD storage is being used. This computer comes with 512 gigabytes of SSD storage. It tells you your processor, your graphics card. In the next tab, you can see the display settings, so you can change those. You can also change the color. If you're gaming, there's a gamer option, there's an anti-blue option, there's a sRGB option, a designer option, an office option, and a movie option for when you're watching movies on your computer. So anytime I put Netflix on this, I use the movie option, and it just makes everything look so much better. Kind of gives you little switches for your webcam, the Windows key. It just has all kinds of really handy things at the touch of buttons that normally other computers you have to dig into the system to find. So here you can actually change the performance of your computer, which is, this is my favorite part. You can literally choose between what you want your computer to do. So you can choose high performance when you're exporting. This is normally what I do. I put it on sport mode under the high performance tab with the fans on auto, or if my computer is feeling warm, I turn on the cooler boost, and that's going to make your computer sound very loud, but it's literally just cooling it because it turns on the fans. Here you can actually toggle your keyboard brightness and your panel brightness as well. It has comfort, which is what you would want to have it on most of the time, or at least I do. I have it on that most of the time when I'm browsing or cutting clips or whatever else I'm doing. I only put the sport mode when I'm rendering or exporting. Help you send messages to your computer on what you want it to prioritize and how you want your computer to run so that you can use it effectively. This one is called silent. So if for you noise bothers you, you can click the silent tab and it will make your computer run as silently as possible regardless on what mode that you're on. The next one just shows you how much battery your computer has. Choose between which battery modes you want. There's best for mobility, a balanced option, best for battery. So basically these things do different stuff for your battery. Like the best for mobility will charge the battery to 100% all the time when you have it plugged in. The balanced one will charge the battery when it's under 70%. So if you have the cord plugged in, it will not charge it until it reaches under 70%, so you don't overcharge and burn out your battery, which I think is so cool because I've had computers in the past where I've burned the battery or damaged the battery from just keeping it plugged in because I didn't know any better. I just think that this is so handy, especially for a beginner that doesn't know much about technology. This tab is just like your product registration and stuff, so that's pretty self-explanatory. You guys are probably going to ask about the battery life of this computer. This laptop can actually last you up to 10 hours of battery life depending on what you're doing on the computer. Typically when I'm editing a video, my computer will last a solid 3 to 4 hours with me doing heavy work on it and having multiple things open. I am not kind to the computer. I'm just gonna be honest. I do very heavy work. I sometimes will edit 2 videos at once. I will edit a video and edit thumbnails as it's rendering. I am a multitasker. I like to get things done and done effectively. So I'm always switching back and forth between programs and the internet and linking things and opening like 10 to like 15 web browsers at a time, because whenever you're a YouTuber and you have to link a lot of products, you kind of have to use a lot of tabs. I use this computer very heavily and I have been shocked at the battery life. I've had laptops that will only last 1 hour charged, and this one will last me anywhere from like 4 to like 8 hours whenever I'm actually doing tasks on it. When I'm browsing the internet, I do have to admit it lasts a lot longer. Like if I'm not doing any heavy video editing or if I don't have any Adobe programs running, I can make this last up to 10 hours. Another cool feature about this computer is that you can actually flip this 180. So if you are across the table from somebody, you can put it this way and there is a little flip button and you can flip your screen so that it'll be right side up for them and upside down for you, and you can share your work. So if you have like a business meeting, this is a great little laptop to write your notes on or share ideas on. And I haven't yet used that feature, with anybody else, but I am excited to, after we're not stuck at home. Talk about the keyboard. Honestly, I don't have anything negative to say about the keyboard. I don't have any issues with the keyboard. I know keyboards are a really big deal for some people, and this keyboard is pretty simple. It doesn't have a funky font. You can see everything clearly. It lights up well, and I don't know, it's a pretty, I don't know, I have nails, because, nails, but I have to say it's a pretty silent keyboard. It's not any louder than any other keyboard I've used. So yeah, nothing to say about the keyboard. The trackpad. Now the trackpad I have a couple of pros and cons about, and the cons are really not that bad. It's a very big trackpad, so it's so helpful for video editing to have all that space. The only thing I will say is if you're trying to right click, you do kind of have to stretch your finger a little if your hand is as tiny as mine, but that's pretty much the only con I have. Besides that, it's a pretty nice solid trackpad. It's not slippery, but it's not rough either. And I don't know, I like it. It actually does very well for video editing, surprisingly. I've had, and again, I'm comparing it to a MacBook Air because that's what I had previously. My MacBook Air one was actually more slippery than this, so it was like I would have to like actually go in the settings and slow it down a little bit because it would just go too fast, and the trackpad itself, like the texture of it, was too slippery for my taste. So I don't know, and it was also really tiny, so I kind of like this bigger trackpad, although, you know, I sacrifice the stretching the finger a little bit. I do like it. I find it a little bit more effective than one that would be too small. The trackpad also has a fingerprint scanner, which is what I use to open my laptop. I haven't had any issues with that. It reads it fine every single time. It does also have face recognition. However, I don't use that on this laptop. I use it on the white laptop. And I will admit that the face recognition is not my favorite, and it's only due to the fact that I think whenever I registered it, I probably had my face at a weird angle because I wasn't sitting on a desk when I registered it. So I probably just need to re-register my face on it because it doesn't always open with my face. Sometimes I have to put the little like code in. Fingerprint scanner is probably my favorite thing to unlock my laptop because I don't have to put in a password. The keyboard has a Creator Center button on it somewhere if you ever want to just open it up really quick. So something I saw that was pretty impressive on the MSI website is that this laptop is actually military grade durability. So they actually have tested this with accidents to see the durability of the computer, and it does feel pretty solid. It's not flimsy. This top part is not flimsy. It feels pretty good. I never really have seen another company really talk about this, I guess. I mean, or maybe I just didn't pay attention, but I thought it was pretty cool that they actually tested this laptop during accidents to see the durability of it. I'm going to overlay the information I found here so you guys can see it because it's kind of interesting. I'm not going to try to pronounce or explain any of that because, to be quite frank, I don't know how I would explain the vibration of a computer at an access, so I'm just going to put it right here in case you guys want to know that information. The thickness of the laptop when it's closed looks like this. It's actually pretty slim. It's a thin bezel design. It is, I think, 15 millimeters, 15.9 millimeters in thickness, so it's perfect for portability, and at the same time it's also not too thin where it just feels really like breakable. I think it's just the perfect portable laptop, and for everything that is equipped in it, I feel like it's a good size. I don't even understand how they packed so much into this thing because there is so many features. The processor, the 2 fans, the 6 cores, like that's impressive. It's impressive. My final thoughts on this laptop is that it's very good for what it's meant for. You can do probably some light gaming on this. I have highly considered downloading Sims because it's like the only game I play just to see how it runs. If you guys want to see an updated video or a review on how it games, then let me know and I will consider it for you guys. And he is kind of a little bit of a gamer, so he could probably give you guys a little more insight when it comes to that. He just whispered something at me, something about 69 frames per second at 1080p. I don't know what that means. If you game, then you probably do. So there's some more info. If you are a YouTuber like me and you love pink and you're girly and you want a very powerful, functional laptop for YouTube, video editing, business, maybe you run a business from home, maybe you want something that will just help you shop and browse effectively, this is going to do the job for any of those things. A couple of things I will mention is, of course, like any laptop, I'm just mentioning this because the last time I did a video on this white laptop, which I thought was pretty funny because it was like an unboxing slash overview of it and why I chose it. It wasn't like an in-depth review like this video. A lot of people were kind of mad that I didn't mention that it warms up and that it gets a little bit hot, and that's because I didn't know at the time because I had just gotten the laptop, okay? But now I know that it does actually get warm. It doesn't overheat from what I've noticed. It's never overheated on me before. It just gets warm, but from my experience, this gets as warm as a MacBook Pro or a MacBook computer, this gets as warm as any laptop that you're going to render heavy video editing or gaming on. Any laptop that you buy, it doesn't matter which brand, it's probably going to get hot unless you, I don't know, get something extremely bulky with more like fans for it. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not really a techie person, but every single laptop I've owned up to this date, from MacBook Pro to MacBook Air, I even had a Sony Vaio in the past, and now this, have all felt hot whenever you're running a lot of things on them, because at the end of the day there's a lot of things jam-packed into this tiny little computer. Of course it's going to get a little bit hot. That's why it has the cooler boost fans. I have noticed when I turn those on that it does tend to cool up a little bit. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. I just think it's kind of unrealistic to expect a laptop to not get warm just because it's a laptop, if that makes sense. If you really want something super powerful and heavy for long video editing, gaming, I definitely recommend one of their gaming laptops or a PC. Now the reason why I would choose this for video editing on top of a gaming laptop is because this has the right graphics, color calibration, and just resources for content creating, and that's why I picked this over anything else, because I just didn't find anything else on the market that had everything that this computer has at the price point that it is. I know when people see $1,500, I think it's $1,400, $1,399, a lot of people kind of gasp at the pricing for the computer, but honestly, for everything that is in this computer, you are getting a bang for your buck, because any other computer with this much power and this many up-to-date specs and just really cool features, it will cost you pretty much almost double that, if not double that. I think the last one I saw that had it similar, not even the same specs, but similar specs, I think it cost $2,500, because I did do my research and I tried to find other computers with the same specifications as this one, and I actually did not find any laptop with an i7 10th generation 6-core processor besides this one. There might be some on the market now, who knows, technology just, every day there's something new, so I don't want to say anything and then y'all are like, well actually last time I checked there wasn't one. I didn't find one with that processor and all of the specs that this one has. I know that there are some that have came out with that processor now, but at the moment, whenever I was researching the laptops, there weren't many that had everything that this one has, including like the Creator Center and everything else that I have mentioned throughout this whole video. So on this computer, I definitely have to rate it a 9 or an 8.5 out of 10, just for the minor things that I mentioned. I definitely think this is a very solid video editing computer. I think you can't go wrong. It's honestly worth your money. It's worth every penny. As a matter of fact, I think that this might be the most affordable computer with the amount of specs that it has on the market right now. Everything for my review on the MSI Prestige 14 in rose pink. I hope you guys enjoyed this review video. I hope it was helpful. I know I talk so much and this video was more informative than what you guys are used to on my channel. I'm sorry if you got bored, but if you made it until the end, like, seriously, thank you. Hopefully this answered all your questions about my pink laptop. I'm going to link it down below. I believe MSI has some kind of promotions going on right now, so I'm going to link that below as well for you guys to check out. You guys stay tuned, because the next video that is going to go up on my channel in this kind of techie girl boss series is going to be how to edit YouTube videos for beginners, so you're not going to want to miss it. So if you are new here, click the subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so that you get notified when I post that. Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you on the next video. Mwah.